Do not attempt to adjust your screen. Forbes DVD Live is taking over.
So he passes the dude the phone. And the dude is like, because he always call me, he's like, yo, peace, almighty. So I'm like, yo, son, what up? I'm like, who this? He like, yo, it's me, Nasir. So I'm like, all right, what up? He like, yo, all that shit in the 1900s, we gonna leave that there, man. We gonna make this record. So I'm like, yo, son, well, I ain't never had no problem with you. So you just telling me like you had an issue with me. Whatever. I said, all right, where's it at? I think it was at Sony. He was like, yo, we gonna be at Sony. Yeah, because he's on Columbia. Yeah. He was like, yeah, we gonna be at Sony. Come through, you know what I'm saying? I got you. So I was like, all right, no doubt. I said, look though, son, I need this. This is what I need before I go.
Yeah, set me out.
Cause I already heard my nigga got the $1 million budget already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I already heard that through the grapevine. Yeah. So I was like,
give me.
Son, you got to break me. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I goes, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, you ain't really got problems with niggas like that, but that shit, I'm a funny type of dude when it comes to certain shit. So I was like, yo, let me bring my little girlfriend. Just not to be like a dummy, but just I don't know, man. Sometimes how it would be. And I know I'm not saying some, but sometimes the motherfuckers we have around more or less, less or more. So I get there, right? And I got my cousin with me, and I'm with Littles, and I'm with Taheem. So we all in the room, and son like, yo, lay your verse. So I'm like, all right, let me hear it first. Let me hear everybody else shit first. So I hear, I think, who was on it? I think Pone was on it. I think Mega was on it. P was on it. And Nature was on it. So I said, where your verse at? He was like, nah, I'm gonna wait till you lay yours first. You know what I'm saying? What up, God? So I was like, all right. So I kind of slid off and was like, So he played the beat and shit. I did my verse. I go in the little lounge and shit. Niggas like, all right, good money or whatever. Next thing I know, this nigga eat money bags walking the studio. This is 2 years after Calm Down.
So he knows you took him off the record.
So boom now, my cousin's like, my cousin a wolf too. So he like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, So he like, yo, what up? He come in the room, there's mad niggas in the room. He like, yo, what up? So now he get to me. He like, yo, what up? So I was like, yo, what up? So he said, yo, why you took me off the record?
2 years later?
I ain't gonna front, I ain't Superman.
He needed that though. Like,
I ain't Superman, but you know, son put his game.
Yeah, E-Money was.
Son was putting it down.
Yeah.
But yo, son, I ain't gonna be. Come on, I'm like, yo, son, your verse is whack.
Wow. Wow.
Peep this though. Peace be upon him. Real nigga though.
Yeah, real nigga.
He said, no doubt. He kept it moving. now my son Littles was like. My son Littles, he took it all in. And then my son said, damn, did you look at son's face when Babs was like, it ain't nothing? Son looked disappointed.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, I ain't even peeped that shit. So you do the math. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that was about, but fuck it. I'm still breathing though.
Yeah. Because he was that type of dude. I don't know if the fans really know who we talking about. He was really, you know.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna, you know, say too much about it because he's not here.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that.
Peace to him though.
Definitely, peace to him, peace to his family, his kids. Much respect. I respected the fact, yo, he was hungry and he wanted to get on, and I'm never mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm never mad at that. That's me.
So much conflict is in Queensbridge. Like we see Littles with Mobb Deep. Something happens. We see Capone and Prodigy beefing over the past few years. We see Ty Nitty beefing with Prodigy. As one of the old heads that was before them, did you ever think to maybe I could step in and mediate some of this shit?
There was times I did that with CNN and the Infamous.
Okay.
There was times I did it with other artists. Like I did that with Mega and Nas.
Wow.
When Nas called me to do the QB Finest record, I was like, yo, one of my stipulations was that, yo, you give me X, Y, Z, and Mega's coming with me.
Wow.
And he was like, yo, come on, Almighty, you know I don't. I said, son, we can't do that.
Yeah, I can believe I caught Mega.
If we do this, we got to do it right.
Yeah.
The same thing people was telling him from the hood, like, yo, you can't have. He was doing the record for like 8-9 months before I got a call. Wow. And niggas was like, yo, you want a QB record? And I'm like, what QB record? So the streets was like, son, you can't do a record without Son on it. And I don't think it was more or less done for me. It was done so it wouldn't look bad.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at either. And like I said, like, I want to make something clear. Like, Nas is one of my favorite MCs too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a problem giving a man what he deserves. He deserves that title.
Yeah.
He's nice. I respect. To me, I look at rhyming sometimes like boxing, man.
Yeah.
If a nigga's nice with his hands, he's nice with his hands.
He definitely would be Sugar Ray Robinson.
A nigga's nice with his shit.
Yeah.
His shit is quintessential. So it's like, yo, I respect the nigga aura. If your aura's up, I respect it. Know what I mean?
Was one of the first people to speak about the lessons.
Yeah.
Dr. York.
Yeah.
Islam on the whole.
Yeah.
Do you hear a lot of yourself in a lot of people?
Of course, and they tell me all the time.
Okay.
A lot of time they won't say it out loud because, you know, a man always want to hold on to his pride.
Yeah.
That bullshit. But it'll be situations where I'll be at a show and they'll pull me to the side like, yo, son, I came up on you. You fed me this. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be from dudes you would never expect it sometime. Like, and I'll be like, yo, that's peace. Like, it's all good. You know what I mean?
What's Trav's dream collaboration? In 2014, who alluded you that you like, damn, I never got to lock in with him?
Yo, son, it's like, honestly, man, honestly, for me, it's like, you gotta remember, like, I started doing this like when I was 9, B.
Wow.
So by the time I was 12, 13, I put out my own record. Because nobody gave me a deal. I found out how to go down Vernon Boulevard to the manufacturing plant. I caught some ones, I pulled something off and I caught some ones, and I pressed my own record up.
Yeah.
Me and my son, High Day, we pressed our own record up.
DJ High Day.
So, like, I started early, so, like, you know, when I was coming up, the illest dudes in the game was, like, L.
Yeah.
That's before he got on his super pretty shit. Like, he was a monster.
Yeah.
And I remember he had a record called Rock the Bells, not the one with the rock shit,
Yeah.
He had another one, the original one. I remember hearing that shit. I remember what I had on. I had on some felines, a leather bomber, and a felines warm-up suit, like some shit like this, but some, you know. And I was in Astoria Projects at a jam, and I was standing next to the speaker, little nigga. And I'm like this. I'm listening to that shit, and I'm like, yo, this dude is killing that shit. And I remember like, yo, if I ever could do a record with him, man, that shit'll just make my world, like, I ain't gonna front. I started just studying that nigga, everything about him, how he rhymed, the words he used, his motion. I was just studying that nigga, like, I'm gonna be better than him, like. And when I got down with Marley later on, Marley wound up doing like his mama said knock you out record album.
14 Shots to the Dome album.
Yeah, and what it was is that. No, Marley did the Mama Said Knock You Out, the whole album.
Yeah, but 14 Shots to the Dome, I think that's the album. Or Mama Said Knock You Out is the second. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because remember, after Walking with a Panther, L shit was like this. So he went to Marley.
Jinglin' Baby remix saved.
That's right.
Saved him.
And that's what prepped him to get Marley to do the whole album.
Yeah.
So L moved in Marley's crib, and I was living there. Marley had the mansion, and I was living in there.
Was it the one upstate?
Yeah.
I know that.
No, I was living there, so L's in the room right next to me. So mind you, I just came home from Elmira.
Yeah.
I'm mad militant. I wake up every morning, I do my push-ups and shit.
Getting up at 5 because you don't sleep. Yeah.
But on the low, I'm laying in the bed, and I'm like, yo, this nigga LL's in the room right next to me. and I'm like, yo, but fuck that. I ain't gonna be riding this nigga, man. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga like that. But not like that though.
But that's
so I come out the room and shit, you know, I'm going to the bathroom. He like, yo, what up? I'm like, yo, what up, man? But I wanna be like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
I grew up on you, my nigga.
So he started kicking it to me, cause he seen, he probably was like,
very talkative though.
Yo, and I started like hanging with him, like we going to parties and shit together, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, I'm with L, like, and that to me, like, that was a big deal. Then he wound up getting in my video, and at that time he never got nobody videos.
Really co-signed nobody.
He's in a Black and Proud video.
Wow.
With my little cousins holding him like this and shit. So, and then like another one was like PE. So when I got to do a song with Chuck, like I really never had nobody I really dreamed to do a collaboration with. I just, not to be like, not on no arrogant shit, but like, to me, like, if you nice, I want to do a song with you. If you nice, I want to do a song with you. Like, I don't know, I'm just funny like that.
Dream collaboration.
Yeah, but L and Chuck D was like my, and I got to do songs with them and shit, so.
2014, what's your take on the music industry? Right. Not the industry, the music.
The music? I mean, yo, you know what? It's hip hop out there. I mean, you got dudes like, you got dudes like Starvin, you got dudes like Mike Hands, you got dudes like Shabam, you got Flush, You got mad dudes, Nutso. You got mad dudes. I mean, I can't even name how many dudes that I'm hearing that's making hip hop.
So why don't the fans sort them out and gravitate to them? Why do they gravitate towards the trap rap and the...
Because like you gotta understand, like it's a different time right now. Like the streets of NY have evolved too much for like in the hood. You know what's crazy? Look at this.
Is there a hood anymore?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like Soho, the whole fucking everywhere is Soho.
This shit is like Rome, being like motherfucking like Gladiator when he was like, Rome is a whisper. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit don't really like, it's not really there physically, but it's like, it's a paradigm in the minds of those who uphold that.
Yeah.
So hip hop to me is still alive and it's still banging because I'm seeing this shit. Now when I was just kind of isolating myself too, and just feeling like, yo, shit is different, shit has changed. Yo, you gotta have change. But when you start getting out there and getting in those little networks and getting in them circles, you see dudes doing shows, you see dudes getting busy.
You
gotta get that. But if you looking for it, it was a time when the internet was underground.
Yeah.
The internet is mainstream now. You got fucking 1 million ads on a YouTube video by fucking, you know what I'm saying? A fucking Nas Illmatic old joint with mad. You gotta wait 14 seconds to get the video because of advertisement. So that shows the infiltration of corporations. So you
I always talk about corporations took over hip hop.
Yeah, you can't look for that edge that you used to have prior to the
America is a corporation, it's not a country.
There you go. I'm not even going. Come on, you already know. That's a whole nother aura.
Yeah. We could build on that.
You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, hip hop is alive. You know what I'm saying? You got artists like Sean P. You got the Boot Camp Clique out there still killing them. You got Brand Nubians. You got all types of artists out there. I can't even, yo, son, there's so many artists out there right now that's still popping. You can't rely on, you know, World Star. You can't rely on, you know, all of these blogs. And there's no disrespect to them because they're helpful. Yeah. But like the playing field is different. You know what I'm saying? And the access is different because if you got a corporation backing a particular, you know, web forum where, you know, that's where you look for your source of hip hop and music, yo, they're gonna endorse what they paying for. Exactly. So they can get that money back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
When you made Arrest the President, did the Secret Service knock on your door?
Nah, man, nah.
They didn't think you was big enough and shit because you know when you make records like that, they normally.
I mean, I got a letter. You know what I'm saying? I got a letter. Yeah, I got a letter, and I think they kind of G'd me. You know what I'm saying? And because they was like, I had got an invitation to go talk to some children at Bear Mountain because they had like a program up there where they like, it was crazy, where they were teaching kids from the city how to use a M16 rifle. I thought that was crazy.
Wow.
When I got up there, they told me it was gonna be like 100, 200 kids. When I got up there, it was like 7 little kids, and I was like, "Where are these kids from?" They was like, "Oh, someone from the Bronx, someone." And I'm looking at the lady giving a demonstration. I'm saying, "Why are you teaching these kids that?
Why? Like,
so you can send them back to the city, and they, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no gun ranges on Grand Avenue." Word. So I'm saying to myself, and I'm like 19 at the time, but I'm like acknowledging the shit like, "Yo, this shit is deep." You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really saying too much because I'm in a nest. Yeah. So I'm like. And then this is the crazy shit about it. One of the particular, whatever you call them, agents that came to get me was like, yeah, you know, I read your story or whatever. My brother, you know, I know what you grew up, your mother and all that. Yo, my brother had issues and was going to prison and drugs and stuff like that. And I'm in the back seat just listening. He's like, yeah, I don't work in the field anymore, but da-da-da-da-da. Of course, he was a brother, you know what I'm saying? So later on, I did Arrest the President, right? I didn't do it yet. It's funny because they like was like getting at me, and this is before the letter too. They was like kind of feeling me out before I even did the record. They was just feeling me out off the Black and Proud. Matter of fact, before I did the video. Okay. I did the record. I didn't do the video. Okay. So now they had something at the White House where it was the first Bush too. The pops. The papa. Yeah, he was jumping off.
No. The son.
Yeah, because the pop was Prescott. That was Prescott. Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. But so
yeah, so shit, they already in here. They don't gotta come in the door. They right there. As soon as you throw that up, they getting that back. That's what they do. But listen, that's a fact. Yeah. So excuse me, I go up to the White House to like kind of protest the war and give out some Arrest the President shirts. and there's this two dudes circling in the, you know, walking around in the crowd, and like my spidey shit go off, like, and I'm like, man, I know that dude from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving out the shirts, I'm talking to people, and it's funny because I was there too to meet Maxine Waters. Wow. She was the congresswoman from LA. She's the one who helped get Ricky Ross out. The real Ricky Ross. Yeah. So when she's always like, I want to adopt him, I love him. She was like, she always called me her adopted son and shit. So I'm looking and dudes circles back around again, and I'm like, yo, that's the dude who drove me and told me he wasn't a field agent no more. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I was like, yo, this shit is scary. Wow. So after, like I told you, Chuck was like, and still one of my mentors, like I had called Chuck, and he said some ill shit to me. He was like, yo, man, because I was like, yo, I was very, very, very militant. I was on some other shit, you know what I'm saying? And he dropped some shit on me, like basically saying like, yo, if you choke on a chicken bone, or you walking down the street and a piano falls on you, you know, he said, nobody's gonna do anything. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. So it made me kind of look at shit from a different perspective. Not to cower, but like, yo, man, you gotta really weigh out, you know.
My thing is, you can't be Malcolm X without a nation.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause look what happened to Malcolm.
What happened to Malcolm?
Without a nation.
Without the nation.
Yeah.
That's
a nation.
That's funny because that's what Malcolm said some shit like that. He said the nation was the best thing to happen to black people, but niggas fucked it up. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to you. Like you could be, look at Khalid Muhammad. Like that was he was a little ill, but at the same time, I respected what he was striving to do, because then ultimately he was like, yo, wake the fuck up. Like, what y'all motherfuckers doing? Like, and you know, all of a sudden, he's got a brain aneurysm or some crazy shit.
I got a dope Khalid Muhammad story I'll tell, because I actually was in front of him.
Yeah.
He came up to the corner store. He used to walk around with the Quran, but wasn't no pages in it. So y'all could put two and two together with that. You know, and he got out of a Bentley with no license plate. He went to the corner store. That's when they used to make you wait at the window. Now you could go in the stores at 2 in the morning now. But at one point you had to wait at the window. He went up to the corner store. He said, yo, you know, it was the Arab dudes in there. He said, yo, y'all taking all the money out the community? Y'all ain't putting nothing back? Yo, one day they gonna kill y'all. You know what? I can't stop it. He just walked off. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
And it was just deep. He's like, yo, you taking all the money out of their community? One day they gonna kill y'all. I can't stop it.
Wow.
He just took his grape juice and walked off. I was like, oh, y'all heard Khalid Muhammad speak in my face. I was just, because now, like, people don't understand, like, that's my field right there. When we talk about Khalid, even, you know, Elijah is the father of everybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I always, you know, it's funny with Elijah Muhammad, I was born on the exact day he died.
Yeah, that's him.
You understand what I'm saying? So I just always feel connected to him anyway. And he the one who taught all of them.
Yeah, he sparked all of them.
He taught all of them.
He sparked all of them.
You know what I'm saying? So we got Tragedy Khadafi in the building. We gonna come back with him. Just give me like 10 minutes. Let's take a little 10-minute intermission and shit, because you know I could talk to him for like 5 hours.
Okay.
Let's take 10 minutes, play some music. Did you get any of his music?
Sure do. We got some heat too.
So let's get into some of that real quick. We'll come right back. Forbes DVD Live.
Yeah, let's do that.
ForbesDVD.com